Alright YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm not going to be pulling any punches. I am going to be roasting two groups of people simultaneously, watch people and gun people, of which I am both. So, with that being said, if anything I say in this video offends you, don't take it too seriously. It's all just a joke. But if you are offended, make sure to leave a comment down below, letting me know exactly how you feel. So, with that being said, today's video is going to be all about what watch you wear based on your gun choice. So, the Desert Eagle. If you own a Desert Eagle, first off, I feel sorry for you. Secondly, you probably own a Hublot Big Bang. You said at one point, I wanted a Rolex, but this would be way cooler. The same way that you said you wanted an Atlas 2011, but you gaslighted yourself into thinking that a Desert Eagle would be a lot more badass.
Shit, don't gaslight me.
Gaslighting doesn't exist, you made it up because you're fucking crazy.
Alternatively, we all know that the Desert Eagle is very expensive, and so is the ammo that it shoots. 50 AE, if I remember correctly, is like $850 around here in Hawaii, and I don't even know if it's legal here anymore, but I mean, I think it is. It should be. Yeah, anyway, that's not the point. If you spent all of your money on your carry piece and your 50 AE ammo that is ridiculously overpowered, you probably could not afford a Hublot Big Bang, and you went the cheaper route and got an Invicta. It's blingy, it's oversized, it's made to be noticed, and it's cringed at by anybody who actually knows what they're doing. But with that being said, it kind of lines up with the entire aura of your Desert Eagle, so props to you for staying consistent with your aesthetic. Now, moving on, the Sig P320. You guys knew this one was coming, and I'm not going to really hold any punches on this either. So, if you own a Sig P320, you probably own a Tag Heuer Formula 1. It looks sporty, you tell people it's Swiss-made, and you think it puts you in the same league as a Rolex guy, but just like how you think... It's just like how you think a P320 puts you in the same league as a guy like Ben Stover. It's never going to happen.
That's why no one will remember your name.
And that gun is never going to get you there, nor is that watch. Alternatively, if you modded out your P320 to the max, no pun intended, and you just slapped every single modification you could on there, and you dried up your bank account in doing so, you probably couldn't afford a Tag Heuer. And I feel sorry for you. You probably got an Apple Watch instead, which still flows along the same vein as the P320 because it's marketed as innovative, it's got tons of hype surrounding it, it sells like crazy, but deep down everyone still questions its long-term reliability, and for good reason. Next up is going to be the Hi-Point C9. This gun is probably the biggest piece of trash out there, and in my opinion it is a complete waste of good polymer and steel, and I don't know why Hi-Point continues to make this garbage because it's just not a good gun by any means. With that said, the watch you probably own is a dollar store Rolex that you bought off of Temu with the word Rolex spelled with 3 X's. It showed up with a jangly bracelet, it has a terrible gold plating job that's already flaking off, and it doesn't even run, just like your Hi-Point. But at least your watch and your gun have the same level of reliability, and that's all I can say about that.
You suck!
Next up is going to be the 1911. And I'm not talking about the cheap Rock Island Armory 1911s or the weird Springfield 1911s that are made in Croatia. I'm talking the high-end, made-in-America 1911s from the likes of Nighthawk and Wilson Combat. If you own a 1911 from one of these brands, you have taste. You really do. However, your watch choice kind of gives away your true intentions because you probably own a Patek Philippe Nautilus as well. And it's not because you're classy or you need to tell the time. It's because you love bragging about it and you love telling everyone at the range that you're shooting a 1911, and you hope desperately that somebody notices the brands that you're carrying, both on your wrist and in your holster. You wear a Nautilus and you shoot a high-end 1911 to signal that you have taste, money, obsessive attention to detail, and again to be able to judge anyone rocking a quartz watch or a Glock.
Some sort of peasant joke that I'm too rich to understand.
Now, with that being said, we're going to talk about my favorite brand, Glock. Nice transition there. If you own a Glock, you probably own a G-Shock. It's ugly, it's cheap, and it's really only admired by people who are too lazy to learn, what style actually means, or educate themselves in matters of aesthetics. However, if you don't own a G-Shock and you have some semblance of taste, you probably own a Seiko. This is where things get interesting though, because if your Glock is Gucci'd out to the max with the agency slide, the Timney trigger, the polished trigger bar, and the red slide stop lever, and the Radian ramjet, then it's very likely that your Seiko watch has been modified to look exactly like a watch from another brand, whose name I won't mention because I've already mentioned it so many other times already. But, on the other hand, you might be that stock Glock guy. You may say, I don't need all of that crap. I don't need any of that other stuff. I can just shoot a stock Glock and be okay. And I applaud you for your simplicity and your appreciation for perfection. But your Seiko is probably equally as boring as your Glock and equally as yawn-inducing. It's boring, it's reliable, and you tell yourself it's elite while ignoring the fact that millions of other people around the world have made the exact same choices you did in terms of their carry and their watch. So, congratulations on being a normie. The last brand that we're going to talk about is Staccato. You are a hype beast. You are flashy, you are over-engineered, and you are entirely unnecessary. You literally go around the range inviting people to shoot your gun so that you can tell them how much you spent. That's why your watch is a Richard Mille. It gives that same energy. It's precision engineering to the max, and just like your gun, you are not satisfied with yourself unless someone notices what you've got on you. You're kind of like the regular 1911 guy, but you're just a little bit more into the flex game than everyone else. So, yeah, that's all I've got for this video. Like and subscribe, comment your feelings down below if you're mad at me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.